Stop.
I'm live. Now let's wait for nobody to join.
Hold on.
Only 200 people can join. I would have panicked if I hadn't looked over there and saw you. Ow. I did. This is not going well.
Oh, 3.
What?
It says 3 on mine.
3?
Yeah.
It doesn't telling me anything. Oh, there are. Oh, hi. Okay, so I literally don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this before. Sorry. Also, the camera quality is horrible. But I'm just gonna wait, like... Did you leave?
Oh, you're here.
Huh?
I'm still here.
Oh, that's someone else left. Okay, but anyways, so I'm gonna wait for, like... I'm gonna wait, like, 1 more minute and see if anybody else joins, because there's only 2 people in here, which is expected, but yeah, I'm gonna wait till, like, 9:25, so that's 2 more minutes. And then I'll start answering these questions for the 2 of you that are here. I got some questions on my Instagram, so unless I get questions on here, those are the ones I'm gonna be answering. So... because my sister's in here too, and she's she's one of my viewers. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, this camera quality is wonderful. Let's see. I get my questions in order. It's weird that you can't see who's in the chat. Or I mean, who's in the room. What? All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start answering these questions. Even though there's only 3 people, it's fine. It's whatever. So, like I was saying, if you missed it, I got some questions. Message wait, is that you?
What?
Big old nasty fish?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I got some questions on Instagram about my hair. Oh no, did you leave?
Oh, I guess so. I thought I had it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I got some questions on my Instagram about my hair. And I also am going to do some frequently asked questions. So let's just go ahead and start with some of the ones I got on Instagram a couple weeks ago. So the first question is, how long did it take for your hair to grow your current length? Well, you can't really see anything because it's so dark in here, but it's that long right now. And if you haven't seen my other videos, I chopped a lot off in December 2018, and it was to like right here. So it's taken like close to 2 years to get to where it is now, but also I've gotten trims in between, and I'm gonna move to a better spot and see if the lighting is any better, because this is just terrible. You're like, I'm out. All right, well, that's a little bit better. Not much better, but... So, yeah, so it's taken me like a year and 10 months to get it to be this length. it's like an inch from my belly button. So yeah, it's been a really long journey, and I'm still not really that close to my actual goal, but I'll get there eventually. So the next one is a two-part question, and the first question is, how does your family like your hair growth? How do you like my hair growth? She gave me a thumbs up. Well, honestly, they don't really care that much because I don't see them much anyways. But my mom, she doesn't really understand it. And she was like, you're not going to grow it like to the floor, are you? Really, what I wanted to say was, most people's hair doesn't even grow that long anyways. But I was like, oh, probably not. That would be kind of inconvenient. But honestly, sometimes I do want to grow it and just see how long it would get, because everybody has a terminal length, and most people's is not floor length. Most people's is like, what is the word? Like maybe like a thigh length, or some people can get to knees, and some people can literally get all the way to the floor, but most people cannot get their hair to grow that long. And then the next, sorry, my child was like talking. She's supposed to be asleep by now, but yeah, like basically my family doesn't really care, but my mom's not really a huge fan of super long hair because she thinks it looks homely. So anyways, the second part is, have you ever thought about going very short? No. I don't like short hair on myself that much. When it was here, I didn't mind it because it did look really healthy. But to me, that's like really short for me, and I wouldn't want to go like up to here because I just don't know about that. I feel like I'm being watched over here by you. Every time I look over here, you're smiling at me. It's fine. But anyways, like I said before, my sister's over there, and she's one of the people in the chat room supporting me. So yeah, so that was those questions. Let's see. The next question is, what is the best way to reduce split ends / shedding for hair growth? And the split ends part, but honestly, like, you have to just keep your ends healthy. Like, once a hair is split, it can't be repaired, so it has to be trimmed off. So I'm not trying to like promote my videos and everything right here, but I do have a video on fine hair because my strands are individually so fine that they split really, really easily. So I do have to do some extra things to prevent it, like using a silk pillowcase, not brushing it when wet, not brushing it, like just starting at the top and yanking all the way down. And I'm trying to think. It's so hard to think of things on the spot. But yeah, you just have to like literally treat it like it's a baby. And that's the best way to avoid splits. And then as for the shedding, that's not really something you can control because hair shedding is just a natural part of hair growth. It's one of the like cycles of hair. So as long as your shedding isn't like abnormal and you're losing like clumps of hair, then it's honestly, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just that time for those hairs to fall out because they've reached the end of their growth cycle. But if for some reason you are losing like massive amounts of hair, then you might want to make sure that your scalp is like doesn't have like a buildup on it, because when that happens, your follicles can get clogged and then your hair can start falling out, which is not good. So let's see what we have next. This is the one I got on Instagram tonight, and it says, do you have any celebrities or fictional characters that inspire your hair growth? I do have probably two fictional characters that have inspired me to grow my hair long. One being The Little Mermaid. I love her. I've literally loved her hair since I was little. I used to put a towel on my head and pretend that I was her because My sister's laughing at me. But anyways, yeah, I used to put a towel on my head and pretend I was the Little Mermaid because I've always loved long hair, but for some reason I never would grow it out because I just kept cutting it. And then obviously Rapunzel is another super inspiration. Those are my two fictional ones. And then as far as like celebrities, I don't have any like celebrities that inspire me, but I do have like YouTubers that I started watching way back when I was trying to grow my hair out that like really, really inspired me. So one of them is Beauty K Love. Her hair is like super, super thick though. My hair is never going to be that thick no matter what I do, but her hair is really, really pretty. And then the other one is Sierra Furtado, which her channel's not even about hair, but she used to have like really long hair, and I would just watch her videos to look at her hair basically. And let's see, are there any others? I can't think of any others right now, but on YouTube, not YouTube, on Instagram, I have a ton of people who inspire me. Like, she's a YouTuber. They're both YouTubers actually, Naturally Antonia and Organically Anna. And yeah, definitely those have been like two of my biggest inspirations because I've been really into Instagram. So yeah. So let's see if I have any more questions on here. I don't think I do. On Instagram. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and go to my frequently asked questions that I have written down. So these are questions that I get on my Instagram quite a bit and occasionally on YouTube. So the first one is, how do you wear your hair to bed? And I usually either just wear it down like this, or I put it in a side braid, which I'll go ahead and show you real quick. But most of the time I wear it down just because I don't like how my hair looks in a braid, and I don't like how the waves that I get when I do wear it in a braid is even as loose as it is. But yeah, so if I do a braid, it's like this. My braids are getting kind of long. All right. The next question is, what hair products do you use? And right now, I'm finishing up the Maui Moisture Shea Butter. I think it's called Heal and Hydrate. Those are the ones that I'm using as far as shampoo and conditioner. And I also love the Garnier Fructis leave-in conditioner. And I didn't realize how much I loved it until lately. Like, my ends have gotten so dry because it's just the longer my hair gets, the farther away my hair is from my scalp, and the oils can't get to it, so it just dries out faster. And I never was able to put much product into my hair before. Like, if I put like more than a dime size in my hair, it would be so greasy. But with how dry my ends are now, I literally can like glob it all in my hair and it'll just soak it up. So yeah, that has been like a go-to lately. And then the next one is, how long do you want to grow your hair? And I started out just way back when I started growing my hair out. To me, long hair was like right here. But then I got there and I was like, well, I didn't get there yet. But even as I got closer, I started looking at like really, really long hair. So then I wanted belly button length. Then I wanted hip length. Then I wanted, did you like it? Oh, I thought that was you. Oh, it's somebody else. Okay, but anyways. And then I learned what, I wanted tailbone length. And then I learned what classic length was. And that is basically my goal. And if you don't know, classic length is like awkwardly right here. So that's not like the screensaver for this video, but that is classic length. So I want my hair to be there with like healthy blunt ends because they're not super, super blunt right now. But I also would like to try to get to mid-thigh. Possibly, we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, like ultimately I want to get to mid-thighs. And then like I said before, I'm so curious to know my terminal length. But it all depends on how healthy my hair stays because I don't want hair down to my knees if it's going to be like super thin and scraggly looking. But yeah, if anybody wants to leave any questions, go ahead and feel free because I'm about to run out. I have like 3 more on here. So let's see. The next question I get asked quite a bit is, how can I make my hair grow faster? And you can't really make your hair grow faster, but it's all based on genetics. So most people's hair grows a half inch a month. Some people's grows a little bit faster. Some grows a little bit slower. The supplements are not going to make your hair grow faster. Biotin's not going to make your hair grow faster. The only thing, in my opinion, that possibly can speed your hair growth up a little bit is scalp massages, which is not going, I don't believe it's going to give you like an inch a week or an inch a month or anything like those videos claim, like 3 inches overnight. But I believe over a year that it can give you a little bit of extra length. So it feels pretty good too. But yeah, just basically you just rub your scalp. And if you haven't heard of the inversion method, that's like a whole, basically the same thing, but it's like a whole actual method where you hold your head upside down every day for a week, and you rub your scalp for, I can't remember, like somewhere between like 4 and 6 minutes. And some people put oils in it, but I don't, because then I would lose a ton of hair from having to wash the oils out every day. But the oils don't really make a difference in the growth anyways. It's more about stimulating your hair by rubbing your scalp. All right, so let's see what the next question is. The next one is along the same lines, and it is, how can you make your hair thicker? And again, you really can't. That is like 90% genetics. Your thickness is like how much hair is on your head. Or no, my bad. Density is how much hair is on your head. So it's like how many strands are coming out. Everyone has a specific amount of holes on your head, follicles. And you can't like add holes to your head. So as much hair as can come out of those holes is how much, like how thick and how dense your hair is going to be. And as far as thickness, you also can't thicken the strands because the size of the hole is what decides how big your strands are going to be. Like I mentioned earlier, mine are super, super fine. So they break and snap really easily. And I wish I could make them thicker, but you can't do that. The only way you can make your hair thicker is if for some reason you have hair loss due to some other issue, in which case you probably want to get that checked out because it could be hormonal. And if you already do have hair loss, then I'm sure there's ways that you can get that hair to grow back. But unfortunately, we can't add holes to our head. My sister said, well, so you can add them to your head, but they're not going to make more hairs grow out. Okay, so the next question is, what is your hair care routine? And again, I have like a weekly video on my page, but my hair care routine is really, really simple. Like, so when my hair gets dirty, I just wash and condition it with whatever shampoo and conditioner I have on hand, which right now, like I said, is the Maui Moisture. Sometimes I use a clarifying shampoo, but anyways, I use those. And then sometimes I put the leave-in conditioner in right after that. Sometimes I don't need to. I just wait until it starts to feel dry, like on day 2 or 3. And like I said, sometimes I braid my hair for bed. And then as far as going to school, let me see if my hair sticks up here. Oh no, my favorite hair stick. It was on the table. Have you seen my hair stick? Oh my gosh, I can't find it. But I'm just gonna show you. You can't really see because but I just do this bun. I think it'll stay without a hair stick anyways, actually. So I'm just gonna wrap it around itself. I honestly can't tell what anyone can see on here. But it looks really bad, but basically that is how I wear my hair when it's not down. Let's see. I don't have any more questions written down, so I'm just going to try to think of some that I get asked frequently. Or go ahead and check really quick and see if there's any more on Instagram. Let's see. I know I get asked questions because, let's see. Here's one that I get asked. And that question is if I have tried the curly girl method. Oh my gosh, that question used to get on my nerves so bad. It's not even in anyone's, like, nobody did anything wrong. It's just I've heard it so much and I've had to explain myself so many times to people. Then that's part of why I finally just went ahead and did it. And that video is on my page too. But yeah, like, because I have natural wave in my hair, people are always telling me that I should go ahead and try the curly girl method. I shouldn't be brushing my hair out because it's not good for it, blah, 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 blah. So that's a question I get asked all the time. And now I can say, yes, I have tried it. And I will give you guys an update again on that probably in the middle of November. But as you can see right now, it's not curly. I actually did not. I haven't even brushed it out. Someone washed my hair for me today at school. I'm in cosmetology school. And this is pretty much just how it dried. So my hair's not even that wavy naturally. Like, it has a little bit of wave in it. You can see it more in my pictures, but my hair is not super, super naturally wavy. So I don't know why people think it's damaging for me to, like, brush out my waves. They're not even curls. So if you have any questions, leave them, because I've run out of questions and I don't know, like, I can't think of anything else that people ask me frequently. So, and honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing. So hopefully I'm not missing anything. I think the questions would show up over here on the side if I had any more. But let's see. I'm trying to think, what are the questions that I get asked like weekly on my Instagram? There's a lot of weirdos on Instagram, definitely, that I'll go ahead and tell you some of the weird questions I've gotten asked. So there's this one guy, and like, I don't even reply to people. Like, I can tell you literally every week I get probably at least 5 to 10 messages from foreign men that just say hi. And those get deleted immediately. But then there's this one man that asked me if I were to cut my hair, if I would send it to him. So no, I will not be sending anyone my hair unless you want to pay me. Then I would definitely send you a little bit of my hair. But no, but seriously, I won't be sending you my hair. And then let's see, some other creepy questions that I've gotten. Well, let's see. Here's one that I got just today. It wasn't even a question. Like, I asked on my Instagram for people to ask me questions for this video, and this one dude said, I hope to grow your hair too long. And I hope you're not my viewer on here, because then that would be really awkward. But so that's not a question, just so you know. That doesn't make any sense. Let's see. All right, let's see. What are some more weird questions? It sucks because I've deleted them all because they're creepy, but I've gotten so many weird ones. Dang. Oh, another one I get is if I'm ever going to dye my hair again. That one's kind of hard to answer because I definitely want to try. I want to do henna, but not yet. Like, first, let me get to my goal and enjoy it for a little while before I potentially mess my hair up. Because henna is supposed to be healthy for your hair, but then, of course, there's some people that say it dries their hair out, and I just know that that will be me. But my hair is pretty light, so I think it would take to the henna really well, and I absolutely love red. So I definitely will be doing henna someday. It's just not going to be for a couple of years. As far as actual dyes, I definitely not in the next 5 years. I know I won't be dyeing it because my hair is so fine that dye just dries the crap out of my hair. But when my hair turns gray, I don't know if I'm going to like that. So again, I could probably cover that with henna, and that might be what I just stick with and do. But I don't know. Blonde covers gray a lot better. So we'll have to see when I'm like 40 or 45 what I want to do about the hair dye situation. But I don't want to do it anywhere in the near future. And let's see. Okay, so I've also gotten asked how often I trim my hair. And I basically like to make sure I trim it between at least every 6 to 8 months, but I basically base it off of how my ends are starting to look. Because I can be fine and I'll be like, oh, my hair is good. I don't need to trim for like 2-3 more months. I'm fine. But then there'll just be one day when I'm looking at my ends and I'm like, oh my God, they're getting scraggly. And then I'll start to see splits and I'll start to hate my hair and all my pictures. And then I'll just schedule a trim and go get it done. And typically I get between a half an inch and an inch off. So, and within about a year's time, I probably get probably about an inch and a half off of my hair, something like that. But again, it just kind of depends on what my hair is needing. Like recently I went in my bathroom and chopped off an inch because it was stressing me out really bad. But really I didn't want to do that because my hair is so close to belly button length. I didn't want to lose any length, but once it gets in my head, it just bothers me until I cut it off. So hopefully I can go until Christmas before cutting it again though, because I really, really want to reach belly button length and I want to reach 30 inches. And I'll go ahead and tell you I love you too. It's my little girl. It's her birthday today. Okay, I'll come fix it in a minute. But anyways, the last time I measured my hair, I measured it from my hairline right here back, and it was 28.5 inches, basically almost 29. So I really want to hit 30 inches this year. At the beginning of the year, I was so sure I was gonna get there, but I ended up getting a little bit more trimmed off than I wanted to, and then my hair growth was a little bit slow over right before summer started. The months before summer, my hair growth was a little bit slow, it seemed like. I don't know. So again, I should be reaching 30 inches in around Thanksgiving or possibly the beginning of December. And let's see. I'm trying to think of some more questions because there's a few more of you coming in here. I really need some hair questions, so you can leave them over here if you have any. And if you did miss it, I've already answered quite a few, but I'll definitely answer them again. Let's see. What else do I get asked all the time? Of course, like, more people are coming in now and I'm literally out of questions. So I do get asked if I use natural products or if I use sulfate and silicone products. And I started using silicone and sulfate free products. And the one I'm using, the Maui Moisture, I actually really do like it. But I'm probably going to go back to sulfates and silicones because when I use sulfate and silicone free, my hair just seems more frizzy. I don't know why. It just is. But like I said, I do like the Maui Moisture, so I might try another line of Maui Moisture, or I mean another one from their line. But yeah, I do prefer typically sulfates and silicones because the sulfate shampoos just wash my hair so well that I don't have to wash it too often. So, and then silicones, I guess I could take them or leave them. I don't really know if they make much of a difference because the conditioner I have that's silicone free, it makes my hair soft and like tangle free. So it's that one's fine. But let's see, what is something that I've asked? Oh, there's one. Let's see. So the question is, I'm not sure if you've answered or been asked already, but how do you protect your hair while you sleep? I've never had hair past my shoulders before, so I'm not at all used to this. And I'm probably not the best person to answer this because I usually sleep with my hair down, or like I did actually mention this earlier, I put it in a side braid like this, like a loose braid, because if you do it too tight, then you can cause damage that way too. So I just do it like really loose. And that way it's also not like on my neck because that's uncomfortable. But yeah, I just do it down the side like this. And then when you put your hair tie on, I use a scrunchie because they're not as damaging, and I don't tie it like super, super tight either because if you're constantly putting a scrunchie on the end right here, these strands are going to get weak. But another way to protect it is to use a silk pillowcase. And I have one of those too, so that way your hair glides across it instead of like causing friction and snapping. And some people use hair bonnets, like silk bonnets, and I do have one of them, but it's really not the most comfortable thing because it sits like against your forehead, and I really don't care for the way it feels. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I do for sleep. I really do like it down the best, but because for me, it just hasn't seemed to cause damage. When I used to wear my hair in a side braid, back when my hair was way, way, way more damaged though, the pieces that were the most damaged would stick out of the braid and they would get rubbed. So that's why I'm kind of nervous to just make it like an all the time thing. Oh, I know another question that I get asked, or that I've seen asked at least online, as what is the best protective style? Is it buns? Is it braids? Is it best to leave your hair down? And I think that buns are probably more protective than braids as far as like protecting your ends because they can be like tucked in. But then again, if you're constantly putting your hair in a bun, then you're going to be pulling on these hairs back here and they can get weaker. And like if you're doing the exact same bun, then all the same hair is going to be pulled. So I think it's really best to just switch it up a little bit. But if you're really trying to protect your ends, then I would say buns are a little bit more protective than braids, because with braids, your ends are literally out. Like it's the only part of your hair that is free. So I think buns are more protective, but everybody has their own opinion on that one. So let's see if I've got anything else. I need to just quit going on here. And good luck with growing out layers. I had to do that too when I first started my hair growth journey. I had a lot of layers because when I was in high school, I would constantly get layer haircuts. So it can be a pain when you want a blunt haircut, but you don't want to cut it off at once. Let's see. Let me just Google something really quick. Oh, okay. This is not one that I've gotten asked before, and it's going to be hard to show you probably without a visual, and I'm literally about to film a video on this, like probably be up next week, but people ask how much hair loss, like when you take a shower, basically, how much hair is it normal to lose? And that completely depends on just you. Like if you have a lot more hair than me, then you're probably going to shed more hair than I am. If your hair is like way longer than me, then it's going to look like you've lost more hair too when it's all like balled up. And really the only way when it's not okay, like when you know that you've lost too much, is when it's just coming out in like clumps. Like if you go like this and you pull out like a whole clump of hair, that is not good. That is probably when you should go and get your hormone levels checked. But like somebody could have like a whole handful of hair, and that would be perfectly normal for them because their hair might be more coarse. It might be longer, and then someone might have like a tiny little bit of hair, and that's just normal for them because they might have less hair, they might have fine hair, they might have really short hair, or they just might not shed as much. We also do shed more during certain hair cycles, so it depends, and it's really not something to worry about as long as you're not going like having like bald spots on your head. Okay, let's see. I'm really running out of questions. Let me see. I guess another one would be how often I heat style my hair, or how often you should heat style it or should be able to heat style it without causing damage. And for me, I do mine every 3 or 4 months. I straighten it. I actually have not curled my hair since I was really, really young, but I have Marcel now because I'm in cosmetology school. So I do want to try curling it, and I'll probably make that a video as well. But I straighten it every 3 or 4 months just to see honestly how long it is, because since I do have some wave to my hair, when I straighten it, it's literally like 1 inch or 2 inches longer. So it's really fun to go from like waist length to basically like belly button length or wherever I'm at. So I was going to be doing that at the end of this month, but I have been kind of losing some hair off of my ends recently, and I think honestly a lot of that is due to brushing it while it was wet for the curly girl method, because my strands are so fine. I think they snapped, and I lost I just lost some density to my hair. So I'm kind of scared to straighten it now because I don't want to damage it any further. So but typically I do it every 3 to 4 months. And I think for most people, as long as your hair is healthy, there's literally nothing wrong with doing it once a month. I do think once a week is a bit much if you're trying to grow super healthy hair because it is very drying and you're literally putting like 400 degrees of heat on your hair, and that's pretty hot. So yeah, so the last time I did mine was in the end of June, and when I straightened it, it was like right here basically, and my belly button's right here, like the middle of my belly button. So I am really, really curious to see if it's at my belly button when I straighten it, but I'm just not ready to do it yet because I'm in such a state of mind where I'm so worried about my ends, which is pretty much why I went in my bathroom and chopped an inch off spontaneously the other night, and that video is going up tomorrow, so you'll finally get to see that. But yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the heat until I can stop worrying so much about my ends, because I literally, when I start like worrying about my ends, I can't stop thinking about it, and I don't want to make an appointment to go get it chopped when I literally just cut some off myself. There's no reason. It's fine. But I was gonna say something about split ends, but it's honestly so hard to explain without like better lighting. And oils. I promise I will be right back. I'm just gonna go grab some oils really quick. When people come in, I'm just not there. What are you doing? Okay, I have brought back my oil collection, and I'm going to show it to you real quick and sort of talk about my favorite ones. I'm in this one. Okay, so oils. I actually have a good bit of oils now, and I've really just honestly started getting into them more this year. My hair is not super thick, and it is low porosity, which means that it has a really hard time absorbing moisture and oil and blah, 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 blah. So olive oil is probably my favorite one to, if I'm literally just going to put an oil all over my hair and leave it and then wash it out. Olive oil. It makes my hair so soft. But honestly, I don't know if I can even say that's true, because some of these I haven't even given a real chance yet. Avocado oil. This is one that I've just recently started trying. Sometimes I mix it in with a homemade mask that I've started making. And that mask is literally like the best thing for my hair. Like, it's the one thing that actually makes my hair shinier, and like, I don't know, like, I've tried so many store-bought products and just straight oils and stuff, and the mask that I make is, this is going to sound so nasty, but I promise you, it's so natural, it's so good for your hair. But an egg, mayonnaise, honey, and what am I forgetting? An egg, mayonnaise, honey, and an oil, basically whatever oil you want. And then if you want, you can put plain Greek yogurt into it too, because the oils are going to deposit fats into your hair. The egg is going to deposit protein. The mayonnaise is also fats. And then the honey is going to give you moisture, those are the three components that your hair needs. So basically, if you're low on any of those, you're going to get it from that mask. But I will tell you, for me, it is not good to leave it on for more than 4 hours, because that time my hair did not come out good. It came out frizzy. So I like to leave it on for about 2 or 3 hours and then wash it out. And I have used it with this oil before. Grapeseed oil is grapeseed oil is the newest one. And again, this one I haven't really gotten a chance to find out if I like it or not. but I do know it's a very light oil, and light oils are the best thing for low porosity hair. So I'm definitely going to be trying that one out soon. I might do a video on it and just see like which oils I like the best. This one is the one that everybody in the whole world talks about and acts like it is like Jesus, basically. So that is coconut oil. For me, coconut oil is not the best oil because it's very, very, very heavy. And it's really, really, really hard to get out of my hair. So when I do use this, I found that is the best thing, just to mix it into some kind of a leave-in or mask or whatever, and then wash it out. Because when I put this straight on my hair, it makes my hair so oily, unless I literally do like the smallest amount. And even then, I watched so many YouTubers saying that this was so amazing and it just saved their hair, and they just put it on every single day. And so I started trying to put it on my ends like every day, and it literally made them dry. And that's because you can get like a protein overload from this, but nobody talks about that. They just talk about what a miracle it is, but it's not like that for everyone's hair. Everyone's hair is different, and everyone's hair needs different things. So then there's argan oil. As you can see, I haven't used a lot of all of my oils because oils and my hair just aren't, like, they don't mix very well. So when I do use them, I have to mix them. So argan oil is somewhere in the middle. I have put it on my ends before on days when my hair is dry, and it does seem to soften it up a little bit. And then almond oil. This one I actually really, really like because, again, it's very light, like the grapeseed oil. So it doesn't weigh my hair down. But again, it is an oil. So you have to be careful still how much you put on your hair if your hair has a hard time absorbing things like mine does, or else it'll literally just sit on the top of your hair. And then Moroccan oil. This was another big one that was going around to YouTube for the longest time. And this one actually smells really, really, really good. And that's pretty much why I bought this one, because I like to use it to like tame some of my flyaways, and then also it makes my hair smell good. So it's one of my favorite ones because you just need a teeny bit and your hair smells so good. But yeah, we're coming up close to an hour, so I'm going to try to finish that up just so I've done this for a full hour. Again, this is my first one, so literally don't know what I'm doing. Next time, I might try to actually be doing some kind of activity while I'm on here. Like might have my mannequin out and be braiding it or something like that. But today, I'm just answering your questions. So again, if you have any, you can leave them over there. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to keep trying to think of questions myself that I get asked frequently. Sister, do you have any questions? Oh. Well, so I also do get asked what made me decide to start growing out my hair. This one's like a long story, so this might be a good ending to this video. But yes, so back in 2012, back when I had like super bad bleach damage, straight perm damage, color damage, heat damage, my hair was literally basically just completely fried back in 2012. And then I went and got it straight permed again because I really just wanted it touched up, but the dude put it on top of my other straight perm that was still on my hair, and it fried it. Like, it looked fine when I left the salon, and I was like, oh, great, it's perfect. And then I washed it out for the first time, and it dried, and I kept feeling my hair because I was like, why is there food in my hair? I just showered. Why does it feel like there's crusty food in my hair? And it turns out that it was actually just my hair. It was literally a straw texture. Someone just tagged me in a post on Facebook, sorry. But yeah, my hair was literally straw textured. It was disgusting, and I had to go get 3 inches chopped off of my hair because it was just it didn't even feel like hair anymore. It felt like straw. So I got that chopped off, and that is literally the day when I decided I wanted long, healthy hair instead of dyed, fried, layered hair. So I came home and I started watching YouTubers. I like Beauty K Love. I started watching Sierra Furtado, and just any video that I could find about how to grow long hair. I was watching them to get inspiration because I was so like sad about my hair. And so that's basically what made me want to start growing it, because I dyed my hair all through high school. Even before that, middle school, I started bleaching it at like 10 and a half, 11 years old. So I was kind of just done, and I decided I didn't mind my natural color anymore, and I just wanted healthy hair. And all of a sudden, long hair was just super appealing to me. Like I said, I've always liked long hair, but just after that experience, I just got really, really, really into long hair. And I also made my Instagram at that time. And so that's when I started documenting it. Back then, I was literally just doing it for myself. I couldn't find any other hair documenting pages. Now there's so many of them, and it's really, really nice to have support and like inspiration from other pages and stuff. But yeah, that's what made me want to start growing it out. So from that point, I did end up dyeing it like 2 more times, but the last time I've dyed it is in the beginning of 2017, and I literally have no plans to dye it anymore, because it feels really, really good to have healthy hair. Like, I always thought my hair that was naturally just dry and like super, super poofy, but it's not. It was literally like that because I had bleach on it. It completely changed my texture. And because, you know, once your hair starts looking bad, you start using heat, and the more you use heat, the better it looks good when it's straightened or whatever. And then when you wash it, it just looks worse and worse and worse, and the ends started breaking off, and my hair was just in really, really bad condition. So yeah, so great time to decide that I want long, healthy hair. But here we are now. And that was literally, like I said, way back in 2012. So I've actually wanted super long hair for a really long time. But because I started with such damaged hair, my hair isn't to my goal yet. And again, like I said, I ended up dyeing it 2 more times. And I also straight permed again from, again, someone who didn't know what they were doing. So I was an idiot. But yeah, the last time I've chemically done anything to my hair was, I think, March 2017. So that will be the last time for a really, really, really long time. Yeah, it feels so good to not have fried hair anymore. And I actually still have, you cannot see it at all at this point, but I still have black dye on my ends because of the last time I dyed it black. But you can't tell anymore. It's literally all faded out. And I also have straight perm too on the ends, but like I said, she did a bad job, so it doesn't look straight, which I'm actually really glad about, because if you watch my like my hair story, you'll see the pictures where my hair was half wavy and half straight, and it was not cute. It was not cute at all. But we are almost to an hour, so let's see. I'm trying to think of some finishing points I can talk about. Let's see. If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and leave them because we have about 5 minutes left. So let me see. I guess for the last thing, or probably the last thing, I'll just go over some ways that I like to keep my hair, or I try to keep my hair as healthy as possible and prevent like damage on the ends. So of course, number 1 is don't dye or bleach your hair. Bad, very bad. And then using heat, like I said, I really think it's okay for people for special occasions or even like maybe once a month or every 2 months to use heat on your hair. Like, it's not going to completely destroy it. But just be careful with it. Don't do it every day. Don't do it every week. Just moderation. And then another tip that I like to use is when you're in the car and your hair is behind you like this, it's literally rubbing against the seat, and you can snap off hairs and break hair that way. So I like to bring all my hair to the front like this when I'm in the car or like sitting on the couch or whatever, because that helps just to prevent damage. And I would like to keep as many hairs on my head as possible. So that is something I do. Again, like I mentioned earlier, I sleep on a silk pillowcase. I get trims every 6 to 8 months or a little bit sooner if necessary, because once an end is split, you have got to trim it off, and you cannot repair a split end. You can like seal it back down, but it's gonna pop right back open. So yeah, it's once it's split, it's split. So you got to cut them off, and I like to use Search and Destroy for that, which if you don't have children running around like crazy or anything, it's a pretty peaceful process to just sit there in the natural light and like find split ends and individually just trim them off, because then you're not losing length. You're literally just cutting splits, and you have so many hairs on your head that you're not going to end up cutting even a tenth of the hairs on your head. So yeah, that's a really good way to get rid of splits, because you don't want them to split all the way up your head and then snap off, because then you're going to have a whole bunch of really thin half hairs basically, and we don't want that, because then you're going to have hairs sticking out of your head because they're damaged and they're going to be broken all the way up to here. So, and let's see. I know I do some things. Again, don't brush your hair when it's wet. Your hair is in its most vulnerable state when it's wet. It's so likely to snap. So you should definitely wait till it's at least most of the way dry before you brush it. I know it's hard for people who have really curly hair, because then your hair is like super matted. I totally understand that. And if it causes you less damage to brush it wet than to try to brush out mats, definitely that's what's going to work for you. But for most people, brushing it dry is the best option. And I'm going to get my Tangle Teezer and show you how I brush. I should have all these things. So this is literally like my favorite hair thing that I own, because the bristles are so soft. There's no balls at the end, so your hair doesn't get caught in them. And I don't know if you can link things below videos or not, but I mean below live broadcasts once they're done, but if you can, I'll put a link to this. But yeah, so I start at the bottom, like literally the bottom. And I just brush until it literally feels smooth, slowly working my way up, so I'm not just snapping through all those hairs. And again, I'm so sorry for this lighting. It's literally really, really late, but it's the only time I can do this because my kids are in bed and I go to school during the day. So, you know, if it's tangly, always start at the bottom. And like, my hair looks so much different when it's brushed than when it's not brushed out. That's why I like it brushed out, because it literally looks like I have more hair. And I probably said literally in this video, like 5,000 times, but that's fine. So I'm just going to finish brushing my hair, and then I'm going to go ahead and end this video, because we are pretty much right at an hour, or at 59 minutes and 30 seconds. So that one sounded a little snaggly. Ow. Alright. So yeah, my hair doesn't really take that long to brush usually when it's not horribly tangly. But yeah, so now it's nice and soft, and it literally looks thicker, which is why I like it brushed. So thanks for everyone that watched. I honestly didn't think anyone was gonna watch. The fact that there have consistently been at least 2 people, usually 3 or 4, is pretty cool. And I'll probably do one of these again, but maybe not till like next month or something, because I'm gonna have to figure out something to actually do it on. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the questions. And I will be putting my hair cutting video up tomorrow. So look for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye.